One, hey, two, hey, one, hey, two, hey, three, hey, four, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho. Everybody get up. Ho, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho. Everybody get up. Everybody get up. I said, everybody get up. Everybody get up.
What's up, Rav'n?
How you doing, Miss LaDios?
I'm doing good today on this Sunday afternoon. Ready to get our show going today.
Yes. Well, I'm Rav'n Moon, an actor with passion.
And I'm LaDios Muhammad, an actor with purpose.
And welcome to Actors
From the Dark Side. Thank you for sliding through.
Dang straight.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Yes,
So today is
absolutely.
episode 7.
Ooh.
Yay!
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about a little bit of the review from the Netflix studios, Hollywood, the miniseries. But we're going to tie it into how Black women are portrayed in Hollywood.
Yes.
Or social or media in general.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So what were your thoughts of Hollywood?
Woo. Well, I heard so much buzz and I was like excited to see it. And,
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, don't let your children watch it.
Yeah. R-rated all the way.
Very
Almost
R-rated.
X-rated.
I
Oh my
was
God. Ooh, it made me blush.
You blush? I don't
do.
believe that. I don't
I
believe
do.
that. Okay.
I camouflage.
You're terrible. Oh my goodness. I have some very mixed feelings about it. It was pretty incredibly traumatic to me. I got a little triggered about how we're always running to get validation from someone else's award. How we're always running to get someone else to produce or put on our material. When the Queen, there's some pretty powerful actors in there.
Sure.
There's Queen Latifah. There's a couple people. I'm gonna just name a few of them.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is part of a review, and then we want to talk about how Black women are portrayed in the media. But Queen Latifah was in there, and she played Hattie McDaniels.
Yes.
You see her further on towards the end. This, I think, it's 6. Is it a
She's
6
in
part?
episode 4 and episode 6. Very brief.
Very
brief part. Yeah.
Very brief. And so that's cool that you remember that.
I do.
Good deal. Yeah, so if y'all don't know, Queen Latifah is a rapper singer. She's also an Academy Award winner. Was she a winner or did she get nominated?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll find that out. I think she was nominated.
Okay.
Anyway, or I missed her or something like that. Anyhow, she's been in several movies. She starred as Carlotta Brown in Star, the TV series, in Flint. Girls Trip, of course. If you didn't see Girls Trip, that was awesome to me.
Sure,
I've seen that like
sure.
3 times.
Yeah.
Betsy, and she's also in Hollywood. She's been in When the Street Lights Go On, the TV series, and her character is Hattie McDaniels in there. Then we have David Corenswet.
Okay.
He plays Jack Costello.
Okay, he was a very good-looking young lad.
Yeah.
They went for a definite look for the old-timey Hollywood. Who
Yeah.
played Rock Hudson?
Ooh.
Because there were 2 very
Yes.
distinct kind of, this is your masculine
Here you
man
go.
look.
That
Thank
was
you.
Rock Hudson.
Yes, Jake Picking.
Mhm.
So, yeah, that was very interesting.
I did like his acting, and I really liked his acting. He really portrayed a very timid, shy kind of guy.
Yeah, he was able to bring home that boy next door, wholesome kind of character.
Yeah.
And one thing I have to say about the film, just getting off the characters for just a second,
No, for sure.
is that I had mixed feelings like you did.
Yes.
I didn't feel like you needed so much gratuitous sex to kind of set the pace. But at the end of the day, I guess I kind of see where they were going. But I do want to say that one thing in its favor was I did like the attempt to make Hollywood over into this very inclusive
That's what they were
place that I don't think it really was, but the portrayal of the African American woman, I'm sorry, what's her name?
find it.
Laura Harrier. Yeah, she was gorgeous, and
Camille.
it was beautiful to see a black woman be put into a lead spot, even though that didn't happen yet. But you know, like, I mean, but there were some like Dorothy Dandridge was doing some things and things like that. So yeah, I mean, the movie that they were portraying was fictional. Peg or Meg, but yeah, I guess that was Peg, then Meg, then
it was supposed to be called Peg, and that really is
Peg.
about a real character.
Okay.
That was real. That was a real story.
Sure,
I don't know, but it was real. It was based off a real story. And
I didn't know that. I thought
I
she
did some
just
research.
made that up.
No, it was really a real story about a woman who couldn't make it in Hollywood, and she really did kill herself.
Interesting.
And then they changed it to Meg when they put the black woman in there.
Yes, absolutely. So
we'll definitely revolve some of her character around our full topic.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely revisit Laura Harrier. Was there any the Archie, who I just brought up, he was a black playwright, and he gets credited for winning a Best Oscar for screenwriting, and has a gay kiss with Rock Hudson at the Academy Awards, which was really plausible, but again, hooray for creating a Hollywood that might not burn the place down after seeing something like that. I think
I don't think it would burn the place down because that stuff already existed. A lot of things. I think they're trying to say that stuff was already. So I did read a couple of reviews, and one of the things is Rock Hudson hid his
till the 80s.
He hid it till the 80s, but they said people in Hollywood always knew that he was gay.
Yeah, I was just saying, as far as being on the Academy floor, 1950s, having a gay kiss. I just don't know if that could have flown back in real life America.
We're not going to go. We're going to go as deep as we're going to go into this, but not too much because I was very disappointed. I felt very empty after I watched that miniseries because I was like, this is it.
Yeah, that's how I felt too.
So everybody that you dissed along the way, the Asian woman, the black actor, the black writer, the producer who was supposed to be half Asian, like he had some Asian in him.
He was Filipino.
Yeah, Filipino. And I did like the diversity. I see where they were going. And what I think they were going was trying to say, well, we're trying to be more inclusive in Hollywood now and be diverse. But then again, the whole goal was everybody was striving to be seen by somebody who doesn't like us to begin with.
Well, one of the issues that I have about, painting such a pretty picture over history that isn't so pleasant is that for younger people that don't know history and don't really have anything to make a comparison to, think that's how it really was.
Yeah.
And it did make me very empty as well because being a working actor, really loving my craft and really striving to do the best that I can at it, it's like, oh, so I have to go through those means to get recognized, and there was no real credit to people that really put in a lot of work. Even the studio's daughter, I think, got the most credit for putting in a lot of work, and yet that's still a legacy, which is disheartening to anybody that's kind of starting from the ground up, because there's a lot of legacies in Hollywood. So yeah.
And so the person who played Archie, it was Jeremy Pope. He was in The Ranger and also, of course, in Hollywood and The Jerk.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna put his name and Laura's to the side, because one thing I did not like about this film that I'm starting to see in all kinds of films is that the demasculation of black men.
Yeah.
I cannot stand that every time I see a beautiful black handsome man on television, they're portrayed as homosexual.
Sure.
I am not homophobic by a far. But I do think that I would like to see some strong black men as men, just as
well.
And I'm not saying that, and I could sound contradictory, because I could hear someone saying, well, I could be gay and be a strong black man. I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about a heterosexual man. Like when I seen Good Times.
Well,
did you ever see Good Times?
Here's a good example, and it goes back to the review that we just did.
Yeah.
Right? All Day and a Night.
Yes.
That was a gritty tale about a black man.
Yeah.
But because he didn't have kind of a gay coming out story, I don't think it's going to get the acclaim that Midnight did, because that was the real like, oh, that's the uniting, not uniting, but relatable factor, so that everybody could tie into that.
Yeah.
So,
But
yeah.
did you ever watch Good Times?
I loved Good Times.
Yeah.
I mean, I
remember
was pretty
James?
young, but
but James was a man. He ran his household. He worked. He wasn't on drugs. He put him in.
That
But you don't
always
see
was a
those.
black man until
Yes.
up until.
I don't know when that happened. After the 70s.
2000s, I'd say, actually. You know, that's when...
you know, all for those, you know, men in skinny jeans, that's cool, but I like my man in some straight legs and cowboy boots, you know what I'm saying?
And I don't even think it's just black men, personally. I think it goes across the board, you know, in America.
It's just
like,
all
you know,
over, but I'm
and
talking
we have
about...
such high expectations of men that, you know, you're supposed to be sensitive, and you're supposed to help me out, and you're supposed to, and, like, you know, but...
there's nothing wrong with that.
Being strong has kind of, like,
been
you know...
toxic masculinity.
It's been labeled as toxic.
I'm so against the toxic masculinity. I'll probably get backlash from that because I don't believe that exists like that. Not the way I see black men. My dad was a black man. He was, you know, a hardworking man. He took care of his family. He was an alpha. He wasn't super alpha, but he was very compassionate and loving father. So I just don't know where is that being portrayed anymore on TV.
No,
like,
you don't see strong men on TV anymore.
Strong black men. You know?
Yeah.
And either they're...
And I even look at it just across the board. I mean, Aquaman was like the last time that we kind of were able to revel in someone having a great physique and being kind of manly. Because for the last few years, it's like Aquaman. You don't get to do that. Yeah, Jason Momoa.
And he has
a great
hair, right?
Yeah,
okay,
great body and all that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the last time. But it's like the space between that, like we don't really hold men up or let them be seen in that strong light too often anymore. And it's a weird thing.
We did see that a little bit in Black Panther. I will say
the Black Panther was great.
We start seeing them, but then like on just regular TV,
right?
Like
it's
regular
just,
TV,
it's spaced out.
It's
you just don't
it's
get
like
to see it
and
very
if they are strong, straight, heterosexual men, then they're drug dealers or thugs or they're the devil or they're the evil person or the villain. It's not.
Or they're toxic in some way.
Or they're toxic.
They're toxic.
But it's
There's
like, can we have them in a positive light? But anyway, you know, we don't want to beat that dead cat or horse or however they say it. We want to keep it moving. So there's a couple other people in there. There was Raymond, who played Raymond Ansley. Raymond Ansley was one of the characters in there. He was Darian Chris.
I don't remember that character.
I'm going a little blank for that one.
Sure. Okay, so Dylan McDermott, he played the
Dylan, he was
station.
Ernie West.
Yes, Ernie West.
I actually liked
He's
his
a strong
character.
actor.
I've
That's
been
just
seeing
all
him.
that there is to it.
Yeah,
he
I liked
carries
him.
a lot of things. I liked him in American Horror Story.
Yes.
Who Ryan Murphy also was kind of tied to. So I know Ryan Murphy can do some amazing writing.
Yeah.
This just didn't touch me the way that some of his other stuff
But I did like it. His character was really manipulative, believable, and he was like a quick, fast, like,
he's such a good
slick
actor.
guy. I loved him. That he was in The Politician, Olympus, Still Magnolias, In the Line of Fire, The Practice.
He was in Steel Magnolias. My God, he was so young. He was Julia Roberts' husband. Yeah. So it was a small role, but I'm like, oh my God, that just brings it back. I'm like, oh my God, I love that movie. Oh my God. If you ever got anything bad to say, just sit by me. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, because we're super opinionated. We're super opinionated. And I love Patti LuPone. She played Avis Amberg.
Okay, yeah.
Now I thought her character was very good. That was a pretty interesting time.
And that was great to see, again, a woman step in to be female head of studio. Again, implausible at that time, but beautiful to see that version of Hollywood, that it could be inclusive and could be, that a woman could do it. And that was great.
And then she made some changes and brought lots of money and opened up, different avenues for people. People of color.
That was beautiful.
So she was good. And, and that's Patti LuPone. She's been in American Horror Story. Seen her, loved her in that. 30 Rock, Parker, Pose, Last Christmas. Those are a couple of things. Then we had Henry Wilson. He's also, that's Jim Parsons from The Big Bang Theory. And wasn't he the agent? That was the agent. So that wasn't him?
No, that is the agent.
Yeah, that was the agent. Now,
the agent.
I've never watched. Okay, I may have watched once The Big Bang Theory. I've never been a fan. But, He was also in Hidden Figures. That I don't remember him.
Okay.
He's one of the scientists.
Oh, he was one of the
Interesting.
scientists. Okay, thank you, Mr. King.
Mhm.
And then okay, and then young Sheldon. Okay.
Yeah. My thing with him is just more again this portrayal of Hollywood and just some of the dialect. You know, like I just don't know if people were speaking that strongly back then. Like I was like those are some but that's my own. Again, I was raised like, you should just put me in a nunnery. I'm such a prude anymore. So it's just like, oh my God, the Phil Larvin.
No,
Phil.
he was very.
But he had some key lines that I was like, oh my.
But he had some great connections.
He
had
was
connections to the
ruthless.
Italian. He was very ruthless.
And again, it's like, that was the portrayal of a lot of people.
Yeah,
in this,
and
so.
he was also one of the undercover homosexuals. In that film, and I guess at the end he comes out and tries to do.
He makes a gay film.
Yeah, makes a gay film to redeem himself for being so harsh to the guy who played Rock Hudson.
Yes.
And then I think Raymond Ansley was the one who was the producer, who was Filipino. I think that's him.
Okay.
And he was the one that was supposed to be producing the film Meg. Yeah,
Okay.
So. But I was bugging Rav'n for weeks to watch it, and she said the first 3 episodes she was like, I was lukewarm, and the first 3 videos were very harsh. Please do not let your children look at this. It's just not good.
Yeah.
It's a lot of sexuality. It does. One of the things I could say that I find true in Hollywood, not from personal experience, just from hearsay, as in things that I've read. There's a lot of sexual people do. They called the casting couch.
Oh, sure.
The casting couch does exist.
That's the whole Me Too movement.
Yeah,
we know that it's
the
there.
The casting couch does exist.
Sure.
There's a lot of sexual things, all the way to not only drug trafficking, but child pornography and all that stuff.
Sure.
So that probably holds true. I'm sure there was. The gas station that they went through was called Wonderland. Take me to Wonderland. I'm certain that.
I think that was their code word.
Yeah, that was take me to Wonderland.
Yeah, it was the golden tip.
Yeah, I think that was something that was
the
true.
name of the gas station.
Yeah, Queen Latifah played in there, and she played Hattie McDaniels.
Yeah.
Who was telling the actress, the young actress who was winning. What's her name? I forgot. Laura Harrier. But anyway, she was like saying, "Hey, take this time and make sure you sit in the front," because she was saying that they wouldn't even let her sit in the front. Now, what I found was not believable is how you can let 2 homosexual men walk down the red carpet in the 40s, and
one of which is black.
Yeah, exactly. An interracial relationship. I don't see that. I don't see that having happened because it was supposed to take place in the 40s.
Well, and again, that's where it can be loose, right?
Yeah,
because it could be the 50s, it could be the early 60s, and some of the characters
I think this was the 40s.
That were researched. Some of them went back to Jack Costello's character was a 1920s silent movie actor.
Yeah.
So it was all very loose. This is another dimension. This is a different Hollywood that
they wanted to make
exist.
Yeah.
So you have to give them creative leeway.
Yeah.
That's what fiction is. You get to create a new world.
Yeah.
And in that new world, there was diversity and inclusion.
Yeah.
And I did like
the
going into our next segment, seeing again a black woman being portrayed other than a mammy, a whore, some of those things, because the role that
it was an interesting movie.
Camille played, or Laura Harrer played, was a very dignified, wonderful, lovely role for any black woman.
Yeah, so, it was very dignified. And so we're gonna. But you watch it. I've read not thousands. I've read a handful of reviews, and no one did. Yeah. No one really cared for it. Now I'm a sucker for good endings, happy endings. I am a sucker for happy endings, so I like the happy ending per se, But it was anticipated, you expected it. It was okay, it's gonna. They have to give it to him, and what that made me think was Hollywood is now trying to redeem itself. Like put on, like redeem itself and try to say, okay, this is the new Hollywood. We're going to
Yeah.
be completely inclusive.
Yeah.
And we're wondering, how inclusive are you, especially when it comes to Black females in Hollywood, which is now,
Sure.
like she said, we're going into our next segment.
Yeah.
And I pulled up some. This is from. These are a couple of questions I pulled up. This was done March 30th, 2017, from the African American Policy Forum, and they asked a question that said, "How are Black women represented in the media?" And you mentioned some of the things, the typical portrayals: gold diggers,
Yeah.
modern
Gold
Jezebels,
diggers.
baby mamas,
Mm.
uneducated sisters,
Yes.
ratchet women,
Yes.
angry Black women, more mean Black girls,
Yep.
unhealthy Black women, and Black Barbies. I don't know what the hell is that. What is a Black Barbie?
I don't know if that goes to your maybe your Real Housewives of Atlanta kind of thing. You know, there are some very beautiful Black women that are out there, and you know,
Those would be mean Black girls to me.
You think?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're mean.
I
Those
can see
women
that.
are mean.
What about the hip hop?
They're
Of
mean
thing?
too.
They're
I don't. I
mean
mean,
too.
I don't.
They're kind of ratchet too.
They're ratchet.
I don't watch those.
I don't
because-
watch those. I haven't said I haven't seen them. I just don't
Yeah, I
sit
don't
down
watch
and
them.
watch the episode. I've gotten caught up with my daughter. And be like, I was like, I can't. This stuff. I just don't like the fact of Black women being. Not only do they look absolutely beautiful and flawless from their makeup down to their toenails, but they're just ratchet and they're mean and they talk about each other. And I'm just like, yeah, it's a good money. It makes money. It's a cheap
Gets
way to
attention.
get. Yeah, it gets attention, but it's not acting. It's not it's not a talent or a craft to be beautiful at all.
Absolutely.
So then the next question is said, how many Black women are represented in movies? And the answer here was fewer than 50% of the 250 box offices releases by December 13th. Featured, and this was in 2017, featured a Black woman in a leading or supporting role.
Sure.
Among the top 10 grossing movies, only Star Trek and Darkness featured a Black woman.
Sure.
And again, this is 2017, but I don't think the statistics have changed
No.
so much in 3 years. I
No,
mean,
absolutely not. It stays kind of stagnant, I think, personally, the representation. You always get a few key Black films, and then you have your few key, like Kerry Washington's or whatever, that can pop into the white films, and they don't move too much until they find a new one, and you know, that kind of thing. So it's small
it is very
representation.
small.
Yeah.
And then it's the third question was, how many Black women produce content in media? And it says the number of Black women producers producing content through traditional media channels like film, TV, and news is disproportionately low. For example, 2.19% of daily newspaper employees are Black women. Now, we did have our awesome producer, shouts out to Mr. King. Now this was just a small list of the producers. There were like at least 20, but we got some of the people that you would recognize who are producers and directors, like Ava DuVernay, who've done The Door, Middle of Nowhere, 13.
Sure.
Lena Waithe, I like her. Queen and Slim. Did you see Queen and Slim?
I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen Dear White People yet either.
Yeah, she did Stepsisters
to-
and Dear White People. Now, Queen and Slim was really good, but it was definitely sad.
Okay,
Yeah,
that was kind of the Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And not to give too much away, but once again, when you see how that Black man is portrayed, again, he wasn't a homosexual, he was a heterosexual male. But again, you'll see when you see. Shonda Rhimes, she's done Scandal, Grey's Anatomy's Private Practice. Halle Berry, she's done Kidnap, Talia, and Frankie and Alice. Also, Halle Berry is doing Boomerang, the series, the TV show series.
Yeah.
She's also producing that. Jada Pinkett Smith, she did Annie 2014, After Earth, The Karate Kid. She's also doing her Red Table Talks that she does her own producing. And then Oprah Winfrey, Beloved, B-Movie, Selma, The Women of Brewster's Place. She also does, I think it's Greenleaf. She's on. She produces Greenleaf. That's a beat. Is that an OWN or a BT? I think it's an OWN show.
Sure.
Yeah, but I mean, we do have Black producers, writers, and directors. It's just a matter of us being able to get our content on the air.
Right, right.
You know,
Absolutely.
so they do exist.
Sure.
It's just
Yeah.
a matter of getting them on the air.
Yeah.
And so that's the struggle.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And you gotta love Shonda Rhimes. She makes great roles for all colors and all genders and all of that, but you gotta love the doctor and lawyer roles. And I want to say that there was another show. It might be another producer that did it, but they were doing a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, but it was an all kind of colored cast.
Oh, okay.
So so that was really good.
Yeah.
All right. So
this is we're gonna continue on this with our we're gonna continue on with our talks.
Yeah.
But this is part 1 of our review with Hollywood and how Black women are portrayed in Hollywood or in the media altogether.
hey.
And we're back.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right.
So we were talking about the producers, but this is this is about a little bit of the review of Hollywood and how Black women are portrayed in the media and in Hollywood.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just kind of wanted to touch on a couple of, because Hollywood, the movie, was revolving around the Oscars towards the end of the movie, or the miniseries was revolving around the Oscars, and Black people winning. And people of diversity actually winning, but we're talking about Black actors, so we want to kind of go over some of the Black actors and who have won over the course of a million years. What are they on? Which Oscar now?
Well, what was that?
What Oscar are we on now?
Oh, I wouldn't know.
I don't even watch them
I
anymore.
Yeah,
I stopped watching
I'm not
them.
a big Oscar.
Yeah, I stopped watching
person.
them 3-4 years ago.
Sure.
But
why don't we start with the first actress, or Black actress, to win an Oscar, which would have been Hattie McDaniel, who we talked about from Hollywood.
Played by Queen Latifah.
Yeah, that was in 1939, and she won Best Supporting Actress for Mammy.
Yeah, she played Mammy in Gone with the Wind.
Yes. Yeah.
And she was Best Supporting Actress.
And how do you feel about that portrayal of Black women?
Well, that to me is no different from playing an sized sex pot, or someone or someone who's ghetto, or I mean, it's just those are just more of the modern day mammies. You're ghetto, or you're a drug addict, or you sleep with everybody, or you're drunk, or it's no different. It's
right, the help, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. And we will definitely remind you to talk about that.
Well, we'll talk about the help.
Yeah, because Viola Davis said some very interesting things regarding the help.
Okay, I could see that, because one of the things that always kind of grates me is why we win the award and what portrayal. This goes right into one of my favorite actresses is Halle Berry.
Yep.
And I hate the fact that she won an Oscar for Monsters Ball. When you look at her amazing body of work. Amazing body of work. And
that was in 2001.
Her being with nasty Billy Bob Thornton in this nasty downtrodden position. And it was just... I think it made everybody feel dirty. Just kidding. But
no, she's not. No, it's sad, because I think either not like a year before that, she did a miniseries of Queen.
Yes.
And she was freaking amazing. She was amazing in that.
What was the other one where she was fighting for her son? Was it Losing Isaiah?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Amazing work. And it's
work.
like, why are you guys not giving these awards to this type of talent and craft and work, and their portrayal of something good.
Right. And it has to be the portrayal of you being poor and ratchet and completely desperate.
It's
and
sad.
Yeah, like I said, it made me feel dirty.
So she got that the same year that Denzel Washington got Best Actor as well.
For Training Day. And
I
have issues with that because I hated him being this corrupt, evil cop. Like, when he had this amazing body of work of him being all but a savior. So, that always grated on me as well, that it was finally we see him in a regular thug role.
Now-
and that's when he gets the acclaim.
Well,
So-
no. Well, for best actor. Now
Yeah.
he did win for
Oh,
best
yes,
supporting.
that's right.
He
I
won
forgot
for
about that.
he did win for best
Glory.
supporting actor in Glory.
Yeah, I love that movie.
That was a good movie.
Amazing movie.
Amazing movie. But okay, I'm on the fence with that award because
But even in that,
let me tell you why I'm on the fence with him getting. And again, this is about black actresses.
Sure.
And the actors is interchangeable, but we're talking about female actors. But I just want to say I'm on the fence with Denzel Washington because he went out of the spectrum of what he normally plays. He always plays a good guy. He always plays good roles. He always plays a hero. And so for him to flip it and go to for him to go to an external, like a whole nother film, a whole nother field of an actor, I thought he was amazing. He
really was.
He was amazing in Training Day, and that is by far one of my favorite movies. So I think honestly that was well deserved. Unfortunately, I do think he should have gotten one when he did Malcolm X, and
that's where he should have.
Yeah, he should have gotten one as well for
Oscar.
Malcolm X, but
Agreed.
they gave him Best Supporting Actor for Training Day, and to me that was well deserved. I'm sorry, Hallie. I love you. Oh my God, I love you. I would love to be on screen with you, but your work was so much more profound than Monsters Ball.
Yeah, absolutely. So talking about Best Supporting Actresses, Whoopi Goldberg won in 1990 for Ghost in her portrayal of Oda Mae Brown.
Yeah.
Which was pretty good comedic relief.
That was a great movie. I did like that.
Yeah, she was pretty funny. But again, it's that loud, eccentric, I hate to dare say it, but unattractive black woman that gets portrayed more often than not in Hollywood. And I love you, Whoopi. You are a beautiful woman. I'm not saying that you're not attractive, but I'm just saying as a whole, the Leslie Jones, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just not your...
Why didn't she get something when she was in what is the other one? The Color Purple.
Oh God, The Color Purple should
Why
have
did
won
she-
so many awards.
Why
She
did
got nominated.
She
got
did get nominated,
but she
yes,
didn't get
yes.
it. That's
No,
my thing
no.
is that she didn't get it, and that was excellent
Excellent work.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Then we go. That was in 1990. So then we go into 2006.
Jennifer Hudson.
Dreamgirls, very good.
Yes,
Very
Effie
good.
White. Yeah,
Effie
she
White.
was amazing.
Yep.
That voice. And
Okay, so
yeah.
finally we got some more positive role modeling.
Yep.
Role models here.
Did you ever watch Orange is the New Black? This
Yes.
is a little bit of an aside, but
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
the white Effie White? That killed me.
I did not make the connection.
The white Effie White. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, good show.
Yeah,
I'm
love Jennifer Hudson. But here's the thing. So Jennifer Hudson was a full-figured woman.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden she's doing commercials for what's that? Losing the Weight loss?
Watchers.
Weight Watchers. And
Sure.
so they're saying, "Oh, you got this Oscar, but now you got to lose weight and fit into this." I'm not saying that we want to be overweight. No, I'm not saying that. But they're pushing us to conform to what they want us to look like. Yes, everybody should be healthy. They should be at a healthy weight. Okay.
Yes.
But have you seen her in anything like on the big screen lately?
You know,
She's
no,
been
and I mean,
here and
this
there.
is again one of the things that you always have to take into account, which is a secret little thing in Hollywood, is those
Tell me
dang
the secret.
legacies. And Jennifer Hudson was a American Idol winner. She's just a street kid. And I do believe in some ways that, if you don't have connections, if you don't, it's hard to get that big money backing. I don't think it's impossible. I don't think it's like, the dream's not there, but, just being realistic, sometimes I say, is it because she doesn't know XYZ and those kind of things that she doesn't get those big spotlights? And she's still doing the Weight Watcher spots, and, she's probably making good $3 million a year doing commercials and things like that. It's definitely enough to live.
Yeah.
But, are they going to share that big spotlight with you? Are they going to give it to Rebel Wilson, who's connected to the Wilson, so those kind of things.
Oh,
So,
who's
yeah.
she connected? Rebel Wilson? Is that the
Mackenzie Phillips.
Wilson Phillips?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Is that who she? I did not know that.
I'm pretty sure.
I did like Wilson Phillips growing
I'm pretty
up.
sure.
I like
but
that.
that's a family that is very much
Wow.
connected. And you were even in the Mackenzie Phillips movie. Yeah, so you know, girl. Let's get
I
back
had
on
no
topic.
idea.
But,
Yeah, we didn't. Yes, Yeah, I was about to go on a tangent here. Sister was not happy about that.
I'm like, let's do some research.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know me. I'll spout some stuff. So, anyways,
that's crazy. Yeah, but yeah, I've seen Jennifer Hudson in some other movies. I'm not saying she isn't. She's been in some independent film, few TV shows, and some experience and stuff. But I have not seen her. I mean, she got an Oscar. Where you at? Like where?
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll talk
and
about
isn't that crazy? Because
you got an Oscar.
I mean, I was even thinking like Bradley Cooper. Like, I mean, you don't hear that name anymore. 5 years ago, that you couldn't like walk outside without hearing that.
Well,
so how people kind of get cycled out in the industry, and it's something that's hard to.
Monique. Oh my God!
Gosh.
And Precious.
Precious was great. But
2009 Best Supporting Actress is Mary Lee Johnson. Okay, so first of all, I read the book. Did you read the book?
I couldn't read the book.
I read the book and I had
the
nightmares
book because the writing
was graphic.
It's graphic. I mean, the first paragraph. I mean, I'm
graphic.
sorry. The first chapter I tried to read through with the dad taking her to get ice cream.
Mm.
Yeah, and I was
like,
I was done. I was done. I couldn't do it.
I had nightmares. I read the book and I read it like in 5 days because it's a really thick book, and I had nightmares for 2 weeks.
I'm sure.
I couldn't sleep. And then when I seen the movie Precious, it was literally, it's very few you get a movie that aligns with the book, but it was
a good adaptation. But
it was almost the same, literally almost exactly the same. And I was just, that role she played as a mom was crazy. But then again, she's playing a non-healthy
right,
role
that's
model
what gets the attention,
you know
right?
What I'm saying?
And the most tragic of the hood stories, the worst of the worst,
abusive
right?
mother,
the most abusive.
Her boyfriend is abusing her daughter. I mean,
her dad was abusing her. It's disgusting.
But she gets an award for that.
Yeah,
but her portrayal, that acting, Monique, it was off the
and
chain.
to the girl that played Precious, I can't remember her name, but she was amazing too. And I'm so proud of her for still being in the game.
Yes, she's been on Empire.
She's a working actress.
What is her name? Look her name up, Mr. King, so we can get that. Gabrielle Sidney or something like that. Gabrielle Sidney or something like that. I think it's like that.
Yeah, she's
Gabernay.
Yeah, she is impressive.
Yes, she's a great actor.
Absolutely.
I mean, great actor.
And talk about not being boxed in by looks or any of that.
She's
right?
doing it.
She's doing it.
And you know what? When I watch her on Empire, I mean, she be looking. They be having her looking fly.
Oh yeah.
They be having her, and I like that. So that's something, because she's breaking the mold that we have to look a certain way. Let me be in there for my craft.
Yeah.
Because I'm a good actor.
Sure.
So then we go on to 2011. Who is it?
Octavia Spencer in The Help, playing Minnie Jackson. So I actually haven't seen this movie or seen the book.
What?
So, yeah,
I didn't read the book. Because I didn't even know there was a book until the movie came out.
And it was one of those things where it was like, oh, I want to see that. But the buzz was so great. And I'm one of those people that hates spoilers. So if I know what's going to happen, I'm like, well, there, you ruined it for me. Thank you. So I haven't seen it yet. I will watch it. Mm-hmm. But it does make me upset because I do know what happens with the shit pie. And all that.
The
so
shit
I'm
pie.
But yeah. So, and sometimes I don't put myself in situations where I know I'm going to be pissed off, where I know what I'm going to see is going to infuriate me. So that could have a little bit to do with that movie too. Like I want my TV to survive instead of me throwing a brick at it. So,
well, that's what good movies are. If they make you upset, if they move you, they make you emotional. I think if I can make you upset or cry or laugh or oh my God, there's hope, then I think that's good. But I did love Octavia Spencer in that movie. Viola Davis was in there as well, and she did get nominated as well for Best Supporting Actor.
Now, did you say that Viola Davis had some quotes about that movie?
So The Help. So Viola Davis said she kind of regrets doing The Help in an interview because she said, and I agree with this, that's why it's good to see it, but The Help was, in the book was supposed to be revolving around the help, the maids. It was revolving around the white people, the white characters.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And then so they didn't get the notoriety that they needed to in the movie. It's supposed to be the story of the help, and not.
But instead, it was this story about these white women and them getting back at them.
And there's always the white woman who's saving, who's compassionate about the help, who wants to write their story,
like Green Book or something. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's not what we want. But the acting was great.
Okay.
But
how
again,
could it not be Octavia Spencer, Viola Davis, amazing,
God,
right?
Oh my God, beautiful women. They're so freaking beautiful. Oh
So
my God, I love
talented.
I love Viola Davis. Like she is one of my favorites. Then we have
Talking about Viola
Davis.
Absolutely.
We talk about 2016. Now she's in Fences.
Yes.
Playing Rose Maxon.
Yes.
Loved this movie. Did you see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Love
How could you not love this
movie. Now it's so funny because I've seen the movie, but I never seen the play.
I haven't seen the play either. I've
that
auditioned
crazy?
for the play. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I've
I haven't
auditioned for
seen
the play too, but I've
Yeah,
never seen the play.
Yeah.
Oh man, I never seen the play.
Yeah.
And then it looks like we're getting close. Oh yeah, I've never seen the play.
Okay.
Never mind. I thought our producer was letting
No,
us know.
I was
something.
gonna say you gotta remember Denzel. He started out doing that play.
Yes,
Yeah.
Denzel
Yeah.
was in
Yeah.
Fences twice, and
Yeah. He was on stage.
James Earl Jones played in Fences as
Yes.
well.
Yes. That's right.
Denzel was in Fences, but oh my God, she definitely deserved that award.
Yes, absolutely.
Man, every time I turn around, she had me crying. But she's such a strong actor.
Sure.
And I think that one was well deserved. I think that was a good portrayal of the wife. But it did make I think it was more of a positive role than the ones we mentioned before.
She's a strong woman.
Yeah, she had a strong
she's
presence.
a strong woman, and you can't take that away from her.
Yeah.
Going on, I guess.
2013.
Yeah, Lupita Nyong'o. In 12 Years a Slave, Patsy. God
Woo!
dang, that was
Did you
powerful.
see that?
Of course I did.
Wait. How
I
you
was
gonna see
crying
that
in the
and not
theater.
see the help?
Shoot, I love me some Slaves, man. Slaves is honorable.
Girl, after I
love
seen
me
that,
some Slaves. So yeah,
I went with my sister. I said, we need to go have a drink.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
Oh, I cried in the theater. That's
cried.
one where I had to go by myself, and I think I went to the Landmark so I could have a drink, and I had my popcorn and my drink, and just cried and cried and cried. But
I
yeah,
was sad for days because Lupita. I mean, that woman just scratched her face. I mean, she hated her.
Oh, and hit her with the friggin' thing on the head and made her eyeball all messed up forever and that kind of thing. Like, that's one of the things that I love about the slave narratives is that people just don't realize how brutal people were. But, you know, a woman like you or me, you know, like, honestly, to this age, we'd have some kind of scar. Like, women did not make it past about 21 without some kind of facial scarring so that their owner could keep them as property and make them less attractive to others. So, you know, that's, you know, so that struck me, the eyeball when she kind of knocks her eyeball out and that kind of thing.
Out.
Like, yeah, that was just like, wow, you know, but such a great portrayal of that book and such great acting across the board. Just, yeah, I love that.
It was great.
Love that story.
And that was also produced by, what's his name?
I want to say the Queen, but I don't know.
No, what's his name? Oh gosh.
I don't know.
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Thank you.
Brad Pitt produced that.
Yeah,
Okay.
he did produce that.
No wonder
I would
he had
call
the
him
savior
an accomplice
role in there. Yeah, he had that savior role in
yeah,
there.
but
so that makes sense.
I think he's trying to become an accomplice. He's an ally right now, but I think he's trying to be an accomplice. He produces. He also did the next one.
Nice.
If I'm not mistaken.
Well, you know, I was just thinking back. I started watching The Joker again. It just got re-released on HBO, and I just thought back to Joaquin Phoenix's speech at the Oscars, and you know, really standing up for and with Black people and what's going on right now. So, you know, hats off to those people.
Yeah,
that,
and it's not our job.
acknowledge.
It's not our job to
not our
tell
job.
you how to treat us. It's your job to go to your people
And it shouldn't-
and tell them how to treat us and correct the wrong
Sure.
that they've done for us for over 300 years.
Yeah, and it shouldn't only be us that acknowledge and tell our stories.
I'm tired of,
you know?
I'm tired of. Well, we need to tell our stories.
We have to.
We have to because
it's nice to have people that back it.
I want
and
a Black
help get it
hero.
produced.
I
Yeah.
want my own hero saving me. I don't
Sure.
want the same white person trying to save me all the time.
Sure,
You know,
absolutely.
which is why I love Django. I love Django. But I am a Quentin Tarantino fan. I loved Django. There was black love. There was black killing. There was a black man who was not going to be a slave. I mean, I love Django. So, yeah. But anyhow, in the next one is If Bill Streets Could Talk.
I have not seen
2018.
that.
I believe that also was produced.
Regina King was the winner by the way.
Regina King, but that was also produced by Brad Pitt. as
Okay,
well.
interesting. Yeah, no, I haven't seen that one yet.
Girl,
I know it's good.
Oh, girl.
Because that's a play too, wasn't it? Wasn't that a play first?
I don't know.
I thought that was a play first.
Maybe. I just know Regina King moved me. Like her work. I've always followed her since 227.
Yeah, me too. I've loved her.
That
since 227.
woman, I could not stop crying every 5 minutes. I mean, oh my God. She has such an
actress.
And you know what's interesting about her is that she's a powerful actress. She's a good actress. I've never seen her in a bad role. Never. Remember she was in Ray?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think
I've
of her
never
history
seen
of
her
work.
in-
She's never compromised herself.
No, she's never compromised
been
herself.
in
She's
anything
low-key.
that, she always makes sure that her roles have a lot
Are
of
solid.
integrity to them.
Yeah,
I've never seen her put herself in a situation
Where
or
she's
a
looking back.
role that,
Yep, never seen her do any
disparaging.
nudity
She's like
or
the little
nothing.
sister or those kind of things. But yeah, she's definitely hats off to Regina King.
Yes,
She's an
I love
amazing
her.
Actress.
I
I loved
was
her in
a-
Watchmen. Did you watch that recently? God.
I've watched
Dang,
a couple of her
Ooh,
shows.
she brought
This is
it.
when she's a superhero, right?
Kind of like
I don't know what the heck she
weird.
is. She's
It's
she's
weird.
supposed to be a superhero according to
It's-
her interview.
I used to watch I read the Watchmen books and
Mm-hmm.
all of that. My ex-husband was really into it.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's different. It's almost like what we were talking about with Hollywood.
Uh-huh.
It's alternate reality, like Nixon had 3 terms and all of these
Okay.
different kind of things
Gotcha.
happen.
Okay.
And there are superheroes, but they're a little bit
But she's
corrupt.
she's
a
superhero.
cop.
Okay, she's a cop superhero kind of
Yeah,
thing.
so yeah.
Yeah, she said it's interesting that I had to be like 48 years old to play a superhero. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
sure,
And
sure,
that
sure,
and that's
sure.
the thing about Hollywood is why you guys giving us all these awards after we put in 20, 40, 30 years.
Girl.
Now you're giving us acknowledgement and we have a plethora of our resume.
Well, but that also just goes to the misportrayal of things. I remember
Yeah.
telling a friend of mine, like when I was like maybe in my 30s or 40s, like no wonder I thought I was going to look like crap when I got to 30 because they cast these people that are 30 years old to be on 90210. You know what I'm saying?
There
So
was
you
only
get
one person
older,
who was 30.
But either way,
Yeah.
you still, I think I was just watching a trailer for a remake of Valley Girls and
Really?
it's
The
all,
movie?
yeah, but the girls, when they go back in time, they're all still 30, and that kind of thing. And it's just like, that's why people get this like, oh, well, it's all over for me after 30 because look at them. But they're getting 30-year-olds to play the parts of 19-year-olds. So, of course, they look older. And then they get this wide breadth
Wait,
of,
are but these are white people who are 30 looking like
Usually.
playing okay,
Usually.
but they
And
they
black people, they'll work from forever.
yeah,
because
that's
we
the
don't
thing.
age.
But Hollywood back in the day, after you hit 40, you was like you're like wrapped up,
Sure.
washed up.
Sure.
You're washed up. That they were like, hitting 30 was really bad back in the day.
Sure.
35, and now you're hitting 40. That you're washed up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like that now. I mean, not with these actors. Not with the black actors. They are. Look at Viola Davis. Look when she got a Best Actress.
Well, and I mean, but now
I
you
mean-
also have a much more open Hollywood. You have your Steve Carell's, your Jane, oh my God, I'm not going to remember her name, but the older Jane Lynch, I think it is, she started at 50.
Yeah.
Didn't even bust into the industry till 50. So,
Yeah.
now I think there's a lot
They're
more.
more open.
Yeah, they're a lot more
Yeah.
open because back in the day, those roles would have been kind of legacy down and this actor from whenever would still be cast in that and then they'd be the mother and then they'd be the know what I'm saying, so
But see, the thing is, that's great that it's opening up. My thing is you're talking about actors who have been acting for 40 years, like 30, they've been grinding for 20 plus years, and you're just now getting an acknowledgement. That's my...
well, and not only that,
why are you just
up
now-
until, if we're
considering that you've
honest,
done a
up until
plethora
Black
of work.
Panther,
Yeah.
there were no black superheroes. I mean, really, if we're honest about it, Black Panther brought about, Luke Cage, I think,
Yeah.
is on
I
Netflix.
love Luke Cage.
But really, up until just about 5 years ago,
Yeah.
that was not heard of and not
But
spoken
why?
of in Hollywood.
and that's why we're having this
Because-
conversation, but why?
Because, again, to see black people in positions of power, in positions of respect, even the lawyers and doctors that Viola Davis gets to play and the Shonda Rhimes creates, those are all new. Those are new positions. That's been in the last 10 to 15 years.
Yep.
That
Scandal
we've gotten
with
to
Kerry
get
Washington.
those kind of,
Yeah.
that we've gotten those portrayals. So it's getting better.
Yeah.
But
It's
at
still-
the end of the day,
It's still slow compared. And we're back, part 3. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. So yeah, we were just going over all of the different actors over time.
Sure.
And as I noticed something, that there's only been one best actor.
One black
female best actor who has won, and that's Halle Berry.
Absolutely.
And I'm wondering what's up with that.
Yeah. And I mean, it was 2001, and I think that's one of the reasons why it got tossed to both Halle Berry and Denzel that year, because there was a lot of attention at Hollywood. Like, geez, there hasn't been much activity from you guys to the black community since 1960 something. So,
1963.
Yeah, 1963 is when Sidney Poitier won, and yeah, that was kind of it.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
But the thing is, we're not in lead roles, and the problem is, why are we not in lead roles to get the best actor? We're getting best supporting. We're always supporting the best actor.
Sure.
But what about, why are we not getting these lead roles? Why are you guys not writing scripts? And it's coming to the point, again, we have to write our own stuff. We have to tell our own stories.
Yeah.
And that's great. But there's still more hoops that you have to jump through just to get those stories out in the theaters.
Right.
There's a lot of black films that come out, but they don't even make it over here in the Midwest here to Colorado.
Oh, sure.
But it'll go down south, you know, on the East Coast, but it doesn't get over here, so we still miss out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because then if they don't, have a good following, they're not going to put them in the theaters here.
Yeah.
And we have to wait to see it on Netflix or the movies or whatnot.
Well, and I mean, it's just part of America, right? You know, you always have, since things are separated so much by race, and that's not our doing, right? But, that's just kind of America's landscape, that there are people that just can't associate with the others and will turn it off and will just, so it's hard to get, it's hard to get people to care about black cinema and what we're doing. But sometimes, on the other token, right? You also have, when we do amazing work, everybody sees it.
Yeah.
So
because Black Panther was amazing.
Amazing.
I mean, I've seen that movie 3 times. If you didn't even see it once, man, I gotta take your black card. Give me your black
Wakanda
card.
forever.
Yes. And that's another thing. I heard there's supposed to be a part 2, right?
Yes.
I heard there's a part 2, but
yes.
People, even though that was a fictional, is that right? Fictional.
Sure.
I was getting confused. That was a fictional thing, but is it really? I mean, is it really fictional? I mean, we are
it's just
very
that it took
advanced.
so much time.
Yeah.
It took so much time. We're in 2020, and I think the first motion pictures came into play in 1920. So yeah, it's taken us pretty much a century to, get there in terms of being portrayed in roles that are like Black Panther-ish, or that are favorable versus
So what roles would you like to play? I mean,
I like the educated black woman. I've played a doctor in the past. Yes. So yeah.
So you want to be a doctor? I can see that.
I've been a doctor. I was happy to be a doctor. I felt very proud of being a doctor. I could be a scientist, any of those nerdy things. So yeah, those are favorable. I like being a mom. And yeah, those. Yeah, and I'm pretty open. I would probably play less desirable roles if, I
How
felt
far would you go?
I don't know, to be honest. We were talking earlier off screen about, losing Isaiah.
Yeah.
I
redeemable.
wouldn't mind being that crackhead mom, so, I mean, if the story's there and all of that, then yes, I do it.
But it's redeemable. It has a
Sure.
means to the end. It's something that says, I redeemed myself. Yes, I'm out of that. I went through the struggle. It wasn't just, she's a crackhead, she overdosed, and that's that. That's
right.
It's something that she strove to get, her child back. So those roles, like if you're playing some of those, I don't know how I say, low energetic roles. I don't know if that was a bad choice of words. I'm just saying, like that, that would be a reason why. I don't want to play a slave just to play a slave.
Sure.
I mean, that's why I love Django. I know I said that again in part 2. But, I mean, it's got to be a reason behind it. It has to be an okay. And, hopefully, the media is changing, especially now that we have more people who are writing that looks like us.
Yes.
And we're writing our own scripts.
Yes.
We have more of the producers and the directors. And because we also, on top of that, we also have more avenues to put our work out there. Because we have Netflix. Netflix will put it out there in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Hulu. YouTube.
Yeah.
What's that? Tubi's out now. Have you heard of
Yeah.
Tubi? I mean, we have more avenues that we don't have to go all throughout the hoops and jump, through the water and swim through everything to get our stuff seen. We can actually do our own things. So therefore, if we can have our own things, we can have our own Hollywood. Hence why you have Tyler Perry.
Sure.
He's starting to produce a lot.
Right.
He has his own little black Hollywood going on.
Yes, he does. Yeah. Absolutely.
And he's opened up roles for several black actresses along the way.
Sure. Yeah.
But that's, this has been an interesting topic.
It has.
Sometimes it's a little sensitive to cover, but it's something that we're still struggling with as actors.
Yes.
Black actors who are female. And we just hope that, not just Hollywood, but everybody in general will open up the doors so that we can have lead roles like our next counterparts.
Absolutely.
Real good scripts and real good writing. In the meantime, in between time, do you have some closing words for us? Something inspirational?
Just keep creating. That's pretty much what I'm taking away from this, is that we need you to keep creating content, and we need to keep working, and that means sometimes self-producing.
Yeah.
And kudos to everybody that does it and puts themselves out there. So, and thank you to you that tuned in with us and watched and followed us on this journey. So, as always, subscribe and let us know what you think in the comments.
yes, and let us know if there's something that you want us to cover. We'll be more than happy to cover a topic, no matter how sensitive, how challenging. We're open. There's no water that will go untread with us. So just remember, you do not have to be asleep to dream, so get up and get out and do something for yourself. I'm LaDios Muhammad, an actor with purpose.
And I'm Rav'n, an actor with passion.
And we are actors from the dark side.
Hey.